This is Vargas, once again recording from the Vargas Vault. This time I'm sporting my Yoda shirt. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I wanted to showcase some of the shirts that I'm wearing, because I think they're pretty cool. And I wanted to do a real quick, I always say that, but this time I mean a real quick pickup video, just talking about some quick movies that I found this week with Movie Freak, and one more thing that I bought. So let's get started. The other thing that I bought is I don't want to I don't want to obsess about collecting board games. But that being said, I have been buying board games. I bought a couple of Pokemon board games and that Star Wars Battleship. I wasn't gonna buy anything else, but my wife came across this through one of her Facebook sellers, and it fits perfectly. Actually, don't know if Macabro's gonna get upset because I'm doing this instead of him, but it's mostly a Pokemon thing, so screw it, I'm doing it. But it's a Pokemon board game, and this is Pokemon, a 3D Pokemon Tower game. It's kind of like a little bit like Dungeons and Dragons, because you build the Pokemon Tower. You build the Pokemon Tower, and then you have to guide your figures through turns to the exit, and you have random encounters, and you can buy other sets to complete the Pokemon scene. But Generation 1 Pokemon from Pokemon Red and Blue is my favorite Pokemon series. I love the Pokemon designs. Gold and Silver is the second close favorite Pokemon designs, but I love the one from the Kanto region, the Generation 1 Pokemon. And I can still, it might take me a couple of tries, but I can still probably remember the names of all the 151 Pokemon from Generation 1. And this one in particular, the reason why I mentioned that Macabro might actually enjoy this, or would have enjoyed talking about it, is that Pokemon Tower is the graveyard for Pokemon in the Kanto region. So every Pokemon that's died gets buried in the Pokemon Tower. So there are a lot of ghosts, ghost-type Pokemon, and the ghosts of all the dead Pokemon. So it has that, like, horror element. And also, interesting side note, supposedly, I don't know, it's an urban legend, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly, if you play Pokemon Red or Blue, and you got to Lavender Town, where the Kanto, Lavender Town in Kanto, where the Pokemon Tower is, the theme that plays apparently messes up with people, and there were reports of people getting really depressed when they would hear the tune. If you want to listen to it, I listen to it. I still play it in my head, and it doesn't affect me, but maybe because I am constantly depressed. I'm like the whole, what's your secret for not being, depressed when you listen to the Lavender Town theme? And I'm like, that's my secret. I'm always depressed. I just hide it very well. But supposedly it got so bad that it led to a couple of suicides, urban legend says. So yeah, the Pokemon Tower theme, the Lavender Town theme in Pokemon supposedly messed up some people. So it has that. Mostly bought it because it's Pokemon, but it also has the horror theme because it's the Pokemon Tower, which is the graveyard for Pokemon, so it's got that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a review, or I'll let Macabro do a review on this. But I just thought it was pretty cool because, it combines Pokemon with a little bit of horror. So that's why I bought that. Okay, on to the movies. Not that many movies compared to other videos, so this will be quick. Finally tracked down a copy of Bad Lieutenant with Harvey Keitel. The Nicolas Cage Bad Lieutenant Cole Port of New Orleans. The people that made that said that it's not a remake or a sequel to this. It's its own thing, just shares the name. But this is the NC-17 version, which is nowadays, I think, the most readily available version. But I remember that seeing in video stores an R-cut of this. And this is about Harvey Keitel, who's this crooked cop, and he's trying to solve a case, and then just shit hits the fan. But really happy to finally add that to the collection. Uh, this is all through Movie Freak. I have not gone to any sort of flea market in a long good while. But he had Doctor Who, some old Doctor Who. This is Death to the Daleks. This is John Pertwee run Doctor Who from 1970 to 1974. And then he also had Doctor Who, The Face of Evil with Tom Baker from 1974 to 1981. So yeah, I like these Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who in general, but definitely like a lot of people, I like the more recent Doctors, the 10th Doctor, the 11th Doctor, the 12th Doctor, and I need to see the 13th Doctor when they made the switch to a girl. I have no problem with them doing that. You know, it's a alien with two hearts that travels through time. Doesn't bother me that they turned him into a woman. It's fine. And I've heard that the actress that played the Doctor did a really good job. They did that before. They made the Master into a woman. So fine. I needed this one to complete my X-Men collection. At least until X-Men Dark Phoenix comes out. And there's a car alarm messing up my video. Thank you. But this is X-Men Apocalypse, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. With a nice metallic slipcover. I didn't think it was that bad. I liked it. I liked Storm. I liked Jean Grey. I liked Cyclops. I liked the whole Weapon X thing. That was a lot of fun. They fixed Apocalypse when they first showed Apocalypse. He looked like Ivan Ooze. He still kind of looks like Ivan Ooze, but they at least tried to fix the design a little bit. Michael Fassbender was cool as Magneto, as always. James McAvoy was great as Professor X. A lot of fun. Still, my favorite one is Days of Future Past, but it was pretty good. I liked X-Men Apocalypse. I didn't have any problems with it. Then I picked this one up with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes, The Fan. Robert De Niro plays this obsessed fan that obsesses over this guy. When this guy blows him off, he gets like super pissed and just does a whole bunch of stuff to ruin his life. I remember seeing it on VHS when one time my dad rented it, and then I saw it again on TV. I thought it was good. I remember it being good. Then I picked up the complete collection of The Tick. There's a new series of The Tick that I think already got canceled, but I like the cartoon. The cartoon's the best version of The Tick. And then this one, the guy that I don't remember his name, but the guy that they hired to play the Tick was really good, and the cast was really good. Short-lived series, premiered on Fox, but I was doing research on this, and this was released by Mill Creek. But the original release of this was released by Sony, and I found this out as I was doing the review as I was researching the series that the Sony release has all the episodes in production order. So, you know, as they were meant to be showed, the Sony release has that. Whereas this one, released by Mill Creek, has the aired episodes. So Fox apparently just didn't give a shit about this. So they released the episodes willy-nilly. They didn't really care about continuity. So if you want the continuity, you have to get the Sony release because that sets up the episodes by production. Whereas this one releases the episodes by air. So this is, if you saw it on TV, this is what you would see. But there's some elements, I guess, that won't make sense because they're not in the order of production. They're in the order of the airing, which, you know, might confuse people. Then I picked up for my kid because she saw this and she wanted to see it, and even though she doesn't really see Monster High. But it's cool to me because it's her introduction to horror, so I was fine buying it for her. But this is Monster High, double feature, Friday Night Frights, and Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love. Not a big fan of these type of cartoons. I'm not the target audience, but if it will get my daughter introduced to vampires, Frankensteins, werewolves, and the like, cool. And the last one I picked up, If you know me personally or you follow my channel, you know that I love anime. Love anime. I love the animation. Love how everything just feels actiony. Everything's really fast paced, and I like the design of the characters. But I will be the first to admit that anime is not for everyone. And bless their hearts, the Japanese people have a certain way of thinking that uh, some people with different sensibilities might not enjoy. You know, what might be normal to the Japanese might offend and, you know, freak out some people. Like, I don't know, one of the main things is that, like, for example, Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's the best example I can give. Sailor Moon, who's 14, is going out with 21 guy. So, you know, that would be like, but in Japan, it's not frowned upon, even though it's, you know, kind of weird. Another thing, you know, gayness is not frowned upon over there either. There's a lot of anime that has that kind of thing. Uh, and I want to do a video on that kind of stuff. But I found this one, blind buy, don't anything about it, but I have to say why I bought it. Movie Fukusawa had this one, and he had it like that. And I was like, well, this, I've never seen this. And I googled what this anime Valkyrie Drive Mermaid was about. It's about this virus that infects people. So a certain half of the people that get infected by this thing turn into weapons, and the other half, are able to yield the weapons. So I was like, well, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna get it, and I got it, and then I was like, okay, it's mine now. And you know, I didn't know this. It was two chicks. I thought it was just like a very feminine guy and a chick that look really underage. But again, it's a Japanese thing. But then, when I went to pick it up, this is the image that he showed. And then when I went to pick it up, it had a slipcover. And I was like, oh dear. This is going to be difficult explaining. So the slipcover is a little bit more suggestive. I don't think it's going to be flagged anyway. My channel's not that big. And no boobs, just two chicks kissing. So what I thought was a dude, arguably a feminine dude, it's actually a chick, so it's got two chicks kissing. And after doing a little bit more research, it's a little bit more interesting, to say the least. Yeah. Again, I want to do a video on this one and another one that I picked up that the subject matter is kind of kind of out there, but yeah. I love anime because of the action sequences and the animation and the character development. And I can't explain why, but I like listening to the Japanese audio. So I would play the anime in Japanese and just read the subtitles. Because, I don't know, I like the Japanese language. But I will freely admit, sometimes the stuff that happens in Japanese animation is weird. But I want to make a video on that. So this is Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. And it's pretty weird. So yeah, that was the relatively short pickup video. I'd like to recommend the standout things of the haul. And well, I bought what I bought because I thought it was cool. But Bad Lieutenant is not a dirty in the sense that it has dirty stuff, but it's a dirty, grimy movie. It might be a bit too intense for some people, but you know, if you know me, follow my channel, you know when I like it, you'll probably like that too, if that makes sense. And X-Men Apocalypse, I know a lot of people that didn't like it. I liked it. I have no problem with the movie. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a good X-Men movie. It's better than X-Men Origins and The Last Stand. I can freely say that. So yeah, this is the pickup video. Like I said, I want to make more content video. I have all these ideas for content. The only thing that stops me is time. I don't have time to sit down and record this unless, you know, my kids and my wife are asleep. And by then I'm tired and I don't want to... Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. One more thing I forgot. Sorry about that. I think I mentioned... I don't remember if I showed this, but many months ago, I picked up this Jurassic World 3D goggle set. I thought it was like supposed to be like night visions, but it's not. What you do is that you put in your cell phone here, and then you pop it in, and then you can see in 3D. But this is actually part of a 2-set accessory set where you could download an app and then play the app with this thing. But you need a controller. And I only found this thing. I didn't find the controller. Until recently, I found this. So it looks like a Wiimote, but it's actually designed like a stun gun. And what you do is that this works with Bluetooth. You download the Jurassic Park VR SE app. Put your cell phone there. Turn on the Bluetooth. Launch it. And then what you do is that you play this in virtual reality. The graphics are not that good. The graphics look really bad, actually. But the virtual reality is pretty cool, especially if you use headphones. So what you do is that you put this thing on, and then you can look around the world and everything. And then dinosaurs will pop up. So what you do is that you use the stun gun, because that's the only thing you do. This is motion controlled, so it's really much like a Wiimote. And you can, control it and then zap the dinosaurs to keep them away. Because you can't kill the dinosaurs, you just electrocute them to keep them away. So I thought it was a nice little thing that I found both pieces after a while. And almost forgot them if I hadn't turned around that way. But yeah, it's not that good. I might actually end up selling that. But now, that was the pickup video. Like I said, I want to do more content. I have an idea for anime. Weird anime that I enjoy because of the animation, but it's kind of weird. And I want to do a review on the Pokemon Tower, but I'm debating whether I'll do that or Macabro will do that. We'll flip a coin. We'll figure it out. But until I see you all again, this was Vargas, recording from the Vargas Vault. Thanking you all, and sign out.